There's a kind of childhood that doesn't look broken from the outside. No obvious chaos, no visible scars, just a child who learned to act like an adult too soon. They weren't called neglected, they were called mature, wise beyond your years, so well behaved, the one we don't have to worry about. And that was the first lie. Because what people didn't see was that child was watching everything. The tone of voices, the tension in the room, the silence after arguments. They learned how to read energy before they even understood their own emotions. They knew when to stay quiet, when to disappear, when to be good. Not to be loved, but to avoid becoming a problem. They became emotionally self-sufficient way too early, not because they were strong, but because no one came. No one sat them down and said, "You don't have to handle this alone." So they stopped asking, stopped crying, stopped expecting, and slowly they stopped needing. This is what psychology calls parentification, when a child becomes the emotional caretaker for the people who were supposed to protect them. They became the listener, the peacekeeper, the strong one, while silently abandoning themselves. Now they're older, and it shows up in ways people don't understand. They struggle to relax, even when nothing is wrong. They over-explain themselves because they're used to being misunderstood. They apologize for things that were never their fault. And when someone finally tries to care for them, it feels uncomfortable, unfamiliar, even suspicious. They love deeply, but cautiously. They give everything, but expect nothing. Because deep down, they learned that love comes with conditions, that being needed is safer than being loved. So they attract people who take, people who lean, people who need fixing, because that's the only version of love they were trained to recognize. There's a constant war inside them, a part that craves softness, and a part doesn't trust it, a part that wants to be held, and a part that feels guilty for needing it. So they stay in control, even when they're exhausted, even when they're breaking. And the scary part, most people don't notice, because they don't fall apart loudly. They function, they show up, they smile, they handle everything. But inside, they're tired in a way sleep can't fix. They were never too mature. They were unprotected. They weren't independent. They were unsupported. And that strength everyone praises was built from survival, not choice. And healing doesn't look like being strong all the time. It looks like learning that you can rest without earning it. You can need people without feeling weak. You can be cared for without feeling like a burden. Because the child who grew up too fast is still inside you, still waiting for someone to say, "You don't have to hold everything anymore." And maybe that someone has to be you.